there's something I have to tell you. It's very important. It has to do with my father. Why he died.
Teresa, I think I know what this is about. I mean, after the accident, you kept saying that it was your fault. I didn't understand it then, but I think I know now why you said it.
You know why I blame myself for my father's death?
I took a few psych classes in college. It's not uncommon for children, no matter how old they are, to blame themselves when a parent dies.
This is different.
No. Is it? I mean, I bet you keep telling yourself that if you could have looked up and seen your father before he crashed through the skylight at the restaurant, you could have done something to prevent it.
That is true,
You think that if you could have called out to your father in time to warn him that he'd be alive right now.
I know what he did was wrong, but he was still my father, and I'd give anything to do last night over again.
But you can't. Teresa, you have to accept that your father is gone now, and there's nothing you could have done to make things happen any other way. Your father is responsible for his death, not you, Teresa.
You don't understand. I asked fate to help me.
Teresa,
What is it, Mama?
something awful has happened. There's been a mix-up with your father's body.
What kind of mix-up?
Well, we can't bury him. His body has been released for cremation.
I'm sorry.
Don't be silly, Teresa. It's okay. What happened, Pilar?
Well, Luis called the hospital morgue, and they told him that Martin's body had been taken, that someone from a mortuary had come to pick it up.
Well, then we'll call the mortuary and tell them we want Mr. Fitzgerald's remains back.
That's not possible because the hospital has no record of who they released it to. They don't even know who signed the necessary papers. I mean, even as we speak, his body could be cremated.
Oh, my God. Even in death, Papa can't rest.
There's got to be something we can do.
Well, Luis and Sheridan are in there now, in the kitchen, trying to track down where the body is. I just hope they find it before it's too late.
I'll go and help. Pilar told me what happened. What can I do?
I think Luis and I have all the bases covered. We're calling all the mortuaries and crematoriums in the area. One of them has to have Martin Fitzgerald's body.
How can the hospital have no record of who authorized the release?
I don't know. But whoever okayed it must be someone with a lot of clout.
I would give anything to learn that the man who died is not your father. I would. But you can't pin your hopes on such a slim possibility. And it is certainly not a reason for you to continue your obsession with Ethan.
Did Luis and Sheridan find the body?
Oh, they're still looking.
Just pray that they find it before he's cremated.
I'm so sorry, Pilar. I mean, your family's been through so much, and now you have to deal with this mix-up. You know, if there's anything I can do, please let me know.
Thank you, Ethan, but I cannot think of what. If you'll excuse me.
You never finished what you started to tell me. Something about fate?
I really am sorry about Teresa losing her father, but I will be damned if I'm gonna lose him to her. She wants him, she's gonna have to fight me to the death.
Oh. Excuse me, Teresa. Ethan Crane.
Hi, it's me.
Gwen, where are you?
Lighthouse Park. It's such a beautiful day, I felt like taking a walk. Any chance I can convince you to come and meet me for lunch?
Yeah, sounds great.
Where are you? When can you be here?
Well, actually, I'm at Pilar's house.
Teresa's, you mean?
Sheridan and I dropped by with some flowers and food for the family. I'm getting ready to leave. Why don't I meet you at the park in a few minutes?
I'll be waiting.
I have to go. But first, tell me what you were going to say about fate.
Fate. Right. What I was gonna say is... fate's a funny thing. You know, one minute you think you figured out what's meant to be, and then whap, you know, everything flip-flops.
Yeah, I guess. You sure that's all you wanted to say?
there is one other thing. I know that Gwen wasn't happy about me being in your arms at midnight on New Year's Eve. I never meant to upset her.
Huh. Teresa, I know that. And if Gwen thinks about it, I'm sure she will too. I mean, you were in shock when you heard that it was your father who fell through the skylight at the restaurant. As I told your mother, if there's anything Gwen and I can do to help you and your family through this terrible time, please just let us know.
Thanks. If it turns out that my father isn't dead, I'm not gonna need any help. I'm gonna end up with Ethan just the way I was always supposed to.
Well, I take it you're not mad at me for being at Teresa's when you called.
How could I possibly be mad at you? I love you for the kind and compassionate man that you are. So tell me what her boyfriend was like.
Boyfriend?
He was there, right? I mean, he must have been there to comfort her at her time of need. He was there, right?
No. And I suppose you're right. I mean, you'd think he'd be there while Teresa's family's going through this terrible time. But I didn't even think to ask about him. Well, he must have been there and left by the time Sheridan and I arrived.
Maybe.
You're not getting back on that kick about Teresa producing a boyfriend, are you? I mean, I thought you wanted us to get on with our future together.
Ethan, of course I want that. I want that more than anything in the world. I just don't see how we can do that without getting Teresa out of our lives for good.
How many times do I have to tell you, Gwen, that Teresa is not part of our lives?
Ethan, I know you don't believe it, but I still do. I think Teresa's in love with you and just hasn't gotten around to telling you yet.
That doesn't make any sense.
Since when does anything having to do with love make sense? Ethan, if Teresa is as obsessed with you as I think she is, I'd like her to get it over with before we're married, not after.
You know, I just thought we were past all this.
I'd like to be as much as you. Ethan, if I can prove to you that I've been right, that Teresa has been in love with you, would you agree to having her dismissed from her job at the mansion?
You want me to fire her?
Ethan, that job gives her an excuse to be around you every day. Having her dismissed is the only way I can think of to keep her away from you.
Teresa's position with my mother is important to her family. I mean, she helps Pilar with the money she makes.
Ethan, I'm not looking to take food off of anyone's table. I would expect you to help your mother find her another job, one that pays equally as well.
This is crazy, Gwen.
So you won't do it, even if I prove that I'm right?
Look, I love you, Gwen. So yes, if you insist, I will go along with this madness and accept your conditions.
That's all I ask.
But at this point, I don't see how you're going to prove that Teresa's been lying. I mean, her whole life has been shaken up these last couple of days, and there's no way you can go up to her and ask her to produce a boyfriend.
Oh, look who's here, Ethan. Hi, Teresa.
Hi.
Teresa. So have you heard anything about your father from Luis and Sheridan?
No. I'm still waiting.
Ethan told me that the man who died may not be your father.
That's what we're hoping.
I can just imagine. I'm so sorry. This must be such a difficult time for you and your family.
It is.
Just know that our thoughts are with you, and we're here to help you any way we possibly can.
I really appreciate that.
I'm sure your boyfriend will be at the funeral, right?
Of course. If there is a funeral.
Of course. Hey, and if it turns out to be good news that the man isn't your father, let's all go out to dinner. I mean, one way or another, Ethan and I are gonna meet this great guy of yours.